I'm here in Florida. I'm in South Florida. I'm originally from Jamaica, as Kathy mentioned before. I left a long time ago, so I'm very, very Americanized, but it's still my heritage, and I still connect to the Jamaican culture. So right now I'm just basically trying to release, I'm going to release a single in August, which you guys will have heard or will hear later on today. And I'm very excited about this project that I'm working on because it's my official project, and I've put my heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears into it, and I can't wait for the world to hear it.
I know. I'm telling you, if the two singles that we're listening to today match up with the whole entire album, it's going to sound like Sheena, girl. I'm telling you. It is going to do very well. So let's talk about the journey, because looking at your bio, you have done some great things. I mean, you know, just the way that you started out in high school, then you went on to do some singing in a couple of girl groups, but then you truly found out that you could really stand on your own and really get into the industry just by proving what God has truly blessed you with, which is this ultimate talent that you have. So share with us about your journey and what you're doing now to really bring great music back on the scene.
Well, I did start in high school. I always wanted to sing. That's the thing. I always wanted to sing, but I was so shy. So I decided to be an actress instead in high school. So I was in the magnet school for acting. Did some musical theater as well. But while I was in high school, I would work with a peer of mine. I've known him since elementary school. And after school, we used to, meet up at his place, and we used to write music. And he used to create the beats, and I used to write the songs. So, it never really went anywhere. It was something that I loved to do, but I was young, so the focus wasn't there. So after high school, I was in the studio, and I was recording. I was doing a lot of recording. And that didn't go anywhere else either. I mean, I guess it served its purpose ultimately because it gave me the experience that I needed in studio, and it helped me with my writing. I got better as the years went along. But now I'm to the point now where I feel like with all that experience that I've had in high school and after high school, I feel like I've grown so much as an artist and as a person. And I think that timing is everything. So I feel like now is the time that I've cultivated all that experience that I've had, and I'm able to basically put my best material into my work. So now is the time for me.
Awesome. And, just listening to the music that you shared with us, I could tell that there's a story behind each of them. Let's talk about that, because in your bio, which actually caught my eye, one particular area, it says that you became like an architect and designing your own future was one of the things that really has made you great. So let's talk about that, because, again, just listening to the words, the way that you've done the arrangement, there is a story behind it. So can you share with Source Nation today about the way that you write and how do you come up with your creative ideas?
A lot of it is from experience. I don't know if they've heard Hooked, but it's from experience. A lot of it is from my own life, and I think one of my best attributes, if I may say so, is my writing ability. I love to compose music, and I love words. So I try to pull from my life in a way that people can understand and in a way that represents me authentically. So, yeah, when I write, it's basically all from things that I've experienced, and I just put it on paper and attach a melody to it.
Okay, I like that. Now, I'm not sure if you heard me say in the very beginning that a lot of artists often are compared to a lot of people. And then, of course, we know that if you are in comparison, people then begin to say, well, she doesn't sound like that person, or
Yeah.
she could never sound like her. But in listening to your music, and I guess because of I see it as being able to tell a story, I compared it to two powerful women that were in the industry, a young Minnie Riperton and a Tammy Terrell. So share with Source Nation, has anyone ever said you sounded like, or you made them remember of a particular sound?
Well, I thank you for the compliment. I'm very humbled by that. A lot of people say Anita Baker, Tony Braxton, because of my alto range. Those are the most two that I get, to be honest. Yeah, Anita Baker, Tony. But I've never gotten Minnie Riperton, and I'm like, that's exciting.
Yeah, well, because you actually have alto range, but you got a high range too.
I do.
That's amazing when you can do alto and you can get up there in the soprano area too. That's talented, my sister. That's talent.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you, again, I don't want Source Nation to get upset with me, because I know if they hear what I've been hearing, and some of us have been hearing the last couple of weeks, they are going to be, simply blessed with what you put together. What I want to do, because the song that I love, and I love both of them, but it really pulled something out of me, which was Hooked. So share with us the creative thought process behind Hooked, and then I want to get you to go ahead and introduce that to Source Nation. So if you could tell us a little bit about that, that would be great.
Okay. Well, we were in the studio, and we would be my producer and I I heard the track, and it was a very, very sexy track. So automatically, that's what came to mind. I wanted it to, to kind of, it has a very innocence to it, innocent feeling to it, even though the undertone is sexual. And I kind of wanted to play with that. So, it talks about, your first time with someone and what you thought it would be, and then all of a sudden you're hooked. So, yeah, so that was that. But, yeah, it was a really very simple writing process. It didn't take long at all. Maybe, I want to say maybe I wrote it in 30 minutes. It's a very simple song, but I feel like a lot of people can relate to it because of the subject matter. Adult subject matter. But, yeah, I mean, I really, really like that song. It's one of my favorites of mine, if I can say so. And, yeah, so Hooked was written, actually I wrote it a long time ago, but it's still relevant. I feel like it has a kind of sound that's not dated, so it can be played for many years to come if people choose to play it for many years to come. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you want to go ahead and introduce it, and then we'll go ahead and let Source Nation hear Hooked.
Okay. Well, Source Nation, this is my song, written by me and produced by Stephen Gibson. The song is called Hooked, and I hope you enjoy it.
tell you, one of my other favorite artists that I always kid with him, and I always tell him that his music is so breathtaking, and if it can move me to the point where I have tears, then girl, that will be a song that I'll wear out on this on this station and on my iPod. You know,
awesome.
I always kid Mr. Tandy that his music is so breathtaking. So I guess he has run for his money now. But I love that. Oh my gosh. I mean, just it takes you through. I mean, literally, you could just close your eyes and go through the story with you, and I'm just like, wow, that's true music. So let's stay right there. I want to stay right there in that pocket,
okay,
and talk about how the industry has truly changed. You know, right now there seems as though, of course, hip hop is very dominant, but when you come to true R&B music, what are your thoughts about that? How do you feel as though you're represented in the industry? Do you think that to put out music just like yours, is it going to be like a head-to-head competition? What are your thoughts about that?
I think right now in the industry, we do need R&B back because it became a little bit more poppy, and that's fine. You know, everything has its place. But people, you know, like 80s babies like me, 70s babies, you know, I think we desire to have that good music back where the message is about, you know, love, rhythm and blues, and it's not about